fixed it. If I wanted to stop, I would've let it go. But I get it, it's alright. 'Cause I can't keep my shit together. Safe, yeah, can't debate that. Don't want shit to get better, 'cause it made me forget it all and I hate that. Last summer, everything was easy. We had it all, didn't we, baby? No wonder you couldn't keep it. It got harder than you thought it would be. You stopped loving me on the dark nights. Now you won't kiss me in the sunlight. Last summer, I know you leave me, 'cause loving me is the fix-it.
I need another story, something to get off my chest. My life gets kinda boring, need something that I can't confess. Till all my sleeves are stained red from all the truth that I said. Come by it honestly, I swear. Thought you saw me wink, no, I've been on a break. So tell me what you want to hear, something that'll light those ears. Sick of all the insanity, I'm gonna give all my secrets away. It's time, don't need another perfect life. Don't care if critics ever jump the line. I'm gonna give all my secrets away. I'm gonna give all my secrets away. My God, amazing how we got this far. It's like we're chasing all those stars. Who's driving shiny big black cars? And every day I see the news, all the problems that we could solve. And when a situation rises, just write it into an album, send it straight to gold. I don't really like my flow, no, so tell me what you want to hear, something that'll light those ears. Sick of all the insanity, I'm gonna give all my secrets away. It's time, don't need
welcome to TGH Twitch. How are we doing? No, it's not Monday, it's a Tuesday. And you're right, the game down below says League of Legends. It does not say Valorant. We're not doing any other thing but League of Legends tonight. Lloyd's Customs have grown. They've blossomed into this wonderful thing that we're now doing a skirmish on a Tuesday night. I am joined by Fat Rat and his little buddy over his shoulder. How you doing?
I'm good, and I'm looking forward to this one. You know, obviously as a Customs enjoyer for a while, we have now grown the league scene big enough to actually run a weekly skirmish on it. So looking forward to this.
It's been a bumpy ride since the start. So I came into the Goose House probably about 2 or 3 years ago. Me and Brad plus Dan were probably the only ones that really played it. You guys have come along, and it's just blossomed into massive. We've got some stream team members now on our stream team who play League, and we have one of them in this game today. We've just had the first round, and we've just seen kind of a stomp from one game, and the other game was very close, actually. Could have gone either way. The teams are very well fair balanced. That's how we do these skirmishes. So we've learned from our Valorant brother, should we say. We've got everyone together. They signed up. We looked at everyone's ranks, and we put them together. We say Lloyd. So thank you very much, Lloyd, for that one in the background. We have Team FairyG against Team Matt. Now, Team Matt had a bit of a stomp, okay? That bot lane in the last game was a bit of a stomp. FairyG's team was a great sort of combined team, but FairyG and Matt have history.
Oh yeah, obviously, as you know, we kind of stole Matt away from that server there, as our friend Beanie infiltrated there. And I don't know, I kind of like this one. I feel like the teams are going to be very dependent on certain roles. I mean, Pikachu is a Twitch main like myself, and as we saw from that last game, from little certain clips I was watching in G's stream, he just started dominating towards the late end game. But, you know, Matt does some crazy stuff. I don't know how to say it, man. Like, he can pull things out of anywhere, so hopefully he doesn't lose a smite fight and he should be good.
This is going to be the best thing. So obviously there's going to be a few little bit of banter going between, because we do generally know most of these guys, but I think we're getting ready for Champion Select soon.
Yep.
It's weird because sometimes in Valorant I say Champion Select when I mean Agent Select, and I forced myself.
Yeah, I've started doing that as well, actually. I'm going back and forth between it.
It's confusing sometimes, but those that don't know League of Legends, it's pretty much, and this is how I explain it, it's kind of a tower defense game and you're protecting your own towers. It's kind of like that. You need to get to the enemy base and you need to destroy the base, or you need to break down their mental, which happens a lot in League, and get them to surrender the game, just almost like Valorant does. We do a pick and ban, but it's not maps like Valorant. It's actually, I nearly said agents. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. See, I told you, man. It's infectious.
Champions. And it's a role base. Okay, so Valorant, you have your duelists, you have your smokers, controllers, initiators. With this one, you have top, jungle, mid, and bot. Now, bot's sort of two. You have a support and ADC. So you'll see these kind of roles, and if anyone needs more explaining, because I know this is new mainly to TGH, we're here to help, very much so. We got about 20 seconds or so to go. So when bans we see, the issue is when we see pro games, they ban people that are in the meta. This is pro TGH games, and we ban people because we know the other people play it quite well. So who are you looking for this one when you look at the teams for the bans to come out?
Well, I guess the way I'm going to be looking at this is that Matt's losing his Warwick and probably his Hecarim. And if he's lucky, he won't get 5-man ban, but I'm expecting those 2 bans anyway for his jungle, because I feel like he will be the biggest threat on his team. I'm going to expect a Twitch ban and maybe a Nami ban, then for Pikachu and FairyG's team, just as they're kind of characters they play a lot. But, you know, I'm not too sure they can flex out anything.
Yeah, so have we got here? We got Pyro, actually, one of the TGH just team members in general, been here. One of the OG League players now as well, on Swaggy Noob. Some of these names are absolutely cracking. So we are looking at it from Swaggy Noob's side rather than... So enemy 1 there is Team Matt, just to put that in perspective. We can't see it both names. So the Talia band's coming out. Now, we saw that in the last game, right? We saw that Talia when we were observing or watching the games before. The flex and the rotation around that was pretty huge.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was actually watching more Mia's POV, so I didn't see too much of the Talia, but after having a talk with the ADC from the last game, the opposition side, it seemed like that Talia did quite a good amount of job just rotating around the map.
Syndra ban here, as you said about Mia, and suddenly the Syndra ban comes out.
Oh, Warwick ban, knew it.
You did call it. Oh, we got noise back in now. Varus ban last time, if for anyone that needs to know, that is literally who Vexter, who is banning currently, went just nuts kind of destroyed the enemy team so much that I think it ended up being an FF nearly, and was going, I think, like 17-1 or something at the end of it. But
yeah, it's always concerning when the enemy ADC is 14-1 by the end of the game, so I could see that ban coming from a mile away.
I think it's a weird one when you see Matt that's only got like 4 kills and 0 deaths. You know what I mean? Like Matt in most of the games that we played seems to be on those kind of heavy carries, but it's going to be quite exciting to see as we see a Vi locked in already. That's the jungle pick already picked up, so that's something quite easily countered. That was something that I think Shield was already on before in the last game, as Seraphine now picked out against them.
Yeah, so obviously I'm not able to tell too much from the compositions as just a start. I see the Echo that Pearl normally plays has been banned. Matt gets a lock in his Hecarim, which could end up being an issue if he gets to hard carry this, depending on the lead he gets.
Yeah, the late game play, as you say, all the ranks are very much against each other in terms of their nice and balanced, but where that rank goes against another rank is kind of a one-on-one in that way. So it depends who's going to go up against Matt. I think he's currently High Diamond or nearly Masters.
Yeah, he's a former Masters, currently Diamond Hardstock, so, you know.
To put that in perspective, that's like nearly immortal. In Valorant terms, so that kind of really picks that up nicely. But
yeah, nearly immortal Hardstock Ascendant, that would be the best way I could put it. I've seen the Twitch come out, I imagine that's the pick for Pikachu.
Yeah, I would say that's the bot lane straight away. And Ari mid as well. Ari's recently had some buffs as well, so you know, seeing that out, we had a Kha'Zix in the last game, but obviously the Vi is going to go into Hecarim. We're going to see a Lux and Seraphine, so I'm going to say that's probably going to be a Lux mid against the Ari.
Yeah, I mean, Lux and Seraphine are interesting champions where they can flex both the mid and bot role, so it's definitely possible it could be one or the other there. But it seems to be a very supportive team comp from the looks of it so far. Yeah, and there we go, there's the Nami ban.
You did call it, the Nami ban is straight out as well. Obviously, the supports really haven't been picked here. The Malphite ban's going to come out. For me now, I'm probably looking at if they're going to go team comp-wise, you know, with these guys, some of them, they're not comfortable on certain champions, so you wouldn't want to pick them because you're just probably not going to play that well on them. ADC-wise here, you know, with the range that you've got, you probably want someone that could be quite in there, though. You're going to be against a Twitch. That Twitch is probably going to want maybe a Lulu. You know, that's what you normally see in pro play. Lulu's quite a big one, but I'm looking for a bit more of a tanky engage here for that support.
Yeah, I mean, with the way this is working right now, I can't really tell which one is hard engage and not. Like, both of these teams look like they're very much all in with that Vi and Hecarim ult. So, it's kind of interesting now what these last two picks will be.
The issue with that, though, Hecarim goes in, could potentially just get charmed, Vi knocked up. As if there's no backing from that Seraphine and Lux right now, you kind of need a good top laner to go in here. The Shen ban straight out and the Malphite as well could maybe see something like Cassante. Olaf is the next one I was going to pick as well. Olaf's ultimate obviously makes sure that Vi and Ari you can't touch him, he becomes unstoppable. Very much 1v5 team.
Lulu. Speak and it shall appear.
Yeah.
Be interesting now. I don't know. I guess actually their team has a lot of hard engage, so Lulu ult would be pretty good for peeling off. So I think Shield Twink made the right idea here.
Yeah, obviously these guys can switch around, so they're picking just in sort of against the other team at the moment. I think this mid ADC last pick is a pretty good pick here, as Pikachu was on, but then Lowy top lane. That kind of gets me going. That's going to be sort of a left up in the top and have fun with that.
Yeah, I mean, the Lowy is a very interesting pick. I mean, anyone that's experienced ranked knows what it's like to get absolutely just demolished by her. But in terms of team fighting elements, I'm not too sure if they fit into the comp there.
You can see what this last pick is going to be.
Oh, Misfortune.
An MF coming out, it's not too bad. Not too bad. You have a Hecarim and Olaf pretty much charging at the team. The only thing I see is that, you know, the Alawi and the Vi are the only two ways engage, but the Lulu, the Ari, and the Twitch, if they get caught, it could be very much game over.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one because you got to make sure you can peel back from that.
Wait. Yeah, so very interesting team compositions there.
Yeah, It is. It really is. I think with the Seraphine, so I've got them on my other screen if I'm not looking at the camera. The Seraphine, obviously with the ultimate, not many people know, but it actually travels further if it goes over your own team as well as the enemy. With the Hecarim going in, if it's timed really well, if it is timed well, it's an amazing one straight away. It's something that I would do as a Seraphine main myself. And with the Lux ult as well, you just get such a quick explosive obliteration straight away, especially if this Hecarim gets farmed up quickly enough. I don't think we're going to see too much action straight away from both junglers. I think they're going to keep it real. I think there's going to be a 5 camp, not a 3 camp. And both lanes, all laning phases, especially from FairyG side last time, they were really under pressure from the team David last time.
I mean, I'm going to be expecting very heavy early game from Matt's team right now. So obviously, they're taking the Hecarim with the Seraphine and Lux. It's how do I say? It's a big combo, if that makes any sense. One of them gets caught, it's just chain CC then for the rest of it, guaranteeing the pick. So I'm imagining now that they're going to put a heavy focus in the early game. In terms of late game, though, I'm not too sure if they scale that well.
Yeah, obviously the Olaf going into the Alawi, it's literally a fight to the death straight away. It's just literally a straight out punch fight. But yeah, that Lux getting caught, if the Lux ultimate we know goes down to like a 2-second cooldown towards the end of the late game, stealing things, especially if Matt's smite doesn't work, as sometimes it doesn't. The Lux ult could come in clutch for them.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure you bind your keys.
Yeah, but this Twitch, what we didn't see was no roaming from it last time. A Twitch roaming generally straight from base after that sort of that level 3, level 4 back first buy, going to that mid lane can really disrupt it. And I'm hoping that they learned that last time. Shield was on the Taliyah last time and really moving down to the bot lane. Ari can probably get the push on the Lux. As it goes through later on, though, the Luxie is just going to wipe waves, and so is a Seraphine Q, really.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing with that Twitch ROM, as you're talking about, it can go very much 50-50. I mean, if the Twitch ROM goes successful, he's up extra gold, and suddenly the lane and bot lane is way more favorable. But at the same time, if that Twitch fails that gank roaming, he's put himself in a much more, less desirable position. So they could very much go 50-50 here. Hopefully people buy reds, but, you'll never know.
Well, yeah, if I know Brad's in another game as they did win, but we talk about ward scores all the time, and if you don't know everyone on the map, you won't see everywhere, okay? And you can buy wards, and that will help you see vision on the map when you're not even in that area. So imagine it in Valorant, you place down something that you can see someone at. Almost like a Fady or something along those lines. Sova Dart, that always stays there, let's say. So with that, vision is huge, especially around crucial objectives. But I'm wondering, Matt loves an invade. He is a very good jungler, obviously. Don't tell him I said that. And he will try to invade this fight as much as possible. Now, Vi coming from behind, it's not a good thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, interesting thing with Matt, obviously, good friend of mine, very good at the role he does. Now, hopefully his mental just needs to hold out. I mean, one failed Roman, my God, we could see an attack we've never seen before in the mental. So he's just going to hold out there.
I feel like he's got it. I feel like as a team player, he's definitely going to put it there and going to roll that team. We've got a few moments away now from actually joining the Rift for our first game of the day. This is a semi-final. We do have finals coming up after as well. So the winner of this will play the winner of the other games that we have going on currently. And what are they going to win?
Well, very interesting. I heard that there's Red Bull on the line here for UK residents. So always a good motivator when there's going to be a prize at the end of it. Now, luckily for me, I brought my analyst on stream with me as well to further break down these details later on. So, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I just brought. They said I just brought my hose. So yeah, we loved it.
That's a good little analyst right there. Yeah,
perfect. Analyst. Right, onto the Rift we go. Just a quick shout out to production in the background. We have Tex, and we have Tex and the production team always on hand. This is also a new game for them to really come in. Saw as well in there, so we should be in. I think we've got some replays who are going to come in as well at the same time. So we have some LEC kind of production going on.
Well, I don't know if I put that much faith into it.
They renamed it to Hill Twink. Did they actually rename that?
No. That was Heel Twink that was there in the.
So we have Shield versus Hill. Okay, I take it they duo quite a lot along those lines. Then, if we see that,
I mean, obviously, as these are solo signups, it's completely random what team you get put onto. Interesting now, it looks like Matt's going to start with his blue side, and Olaf is hoping to maybe catch out the Alawi, if maybe Alawi was starting blue, hypothetically, in Vex's brain right now.
Oh, we actually have Pyro in the top lane on Alawi. This is something I've not actually seen before. Normally see Pyro in the mid lane, big cog player, or in the bot lane we have Callum as well, TGH Callum on there, MF. So obviously there's going to be weaker sides and strong sides, obviously with the sort of levels that we have, should we say, the ranks that we have between them. So this bot side could be a good little matchup for this Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, as these are solo signups, it's not dependent on rank as in Valorant with the uppers and hires, so this is a mixture. Now, I know Lloyd's done his best to balance them as much as he could team-wise, but you know, certain lanes just may not go as favorably for other people. But we're starting to see the junglers start clearing now by starting a red, but I'm imagining it's going to be a full clear. And, ooh, Pyro's actually taking a nasty trade already that we caught off camera.
Yeah, the Olaf, unfortunately, level 1, if he keeps picking that Q up, if that's what they've taken first, you know, but you see Pyro with the tentacles, you don't want that Alawi to push too much. You want it in that lovely little sort of bubble where they are right now. It's kind of a nice safe spot. You can't really get ganked. It's a bit tough. You don't really want to gank the Alawi, and you want to just keep it under here. And if this Alawi just keeps farming really well, you know, Pyro's going to have a field day. Does get that minion there. So minions mean money, if you don't already know. Money means items. And items means you can really start to do some damage, as we see Matt doing a full clear up on that red buff now. Kind of surprised that he hasn't tried to moving out a little bit.
Yeah, so it seems like both junglers are just going for a full clear. Obviously, Matt's point of view, the top is just pushed in too much for him to have any value up there. But I'm thinking that him and Pearl are going to meet on the top scuttle contested. But the only difference is that the top laners are in a bit of a sticky situation, so that Olaf's going to get that rotate off faster if it comes down to it.
Yeah, if I was the Vi, I'd get my Gromp here and just run straight to the bot side. You've got bot lane Prio. Top lane Prio is definitely not in the favour of the blue team. The red team have got that all day. So this should be free for Matt. If I was the Vi, I'd probably back or just challenge straight down there. As you see, the Scuttle Crab is coming up. Going to grant some vision there for Matt. The smites are up for both, so it could be a bit of a smite fight. But as you see there, the Vi, I think, is just going to fully respect it.
Top lane are rotating down for it as well. I think Pyro's probably called out that they rotated, so...
Nice. Yeah, lovely fog of war there from our observers. I love that. See that straight away. So what you saw there was what red team could see. So the Vi did not get spotted. Not quite sure where they are, as Matt's going to back for the first base, or not. Potentially Shield Tweak is pushing up a little bit too much.
Yeah, he might try to see if he can burn one of their summoner spells, but obviously he's now decided to go top lane instead. And Vi's going to get that bot crab completely uncontested.
Yeah, the wave is pushing in here, so Pyro's got to respect this, surely. Knowing that in the top side, Matt wants it, you know, he can taste the blood, and the Q's going to go in as well.
Yeah, popping ghost as well.
Is going to be used straight away. And that's first blood in there. Matt just uses his E, charges in, stumps that through, and very well played by the two, Vexter and Matt, who I swear used to play together on FairyG stream, so pretty much a team against FairyG, who used to play with her a lot.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a journalist, I have no idea. But,
that's fair.
No. Interesting now looking at it. There's actually a bit of a CS they've started to grow now within the mid lane, 41 to 28.
I think that balances nicely at the top though, as you see the Alawi now farming back up. As we get a replay here.
As we can see, Matt popping Ghost. Yeah, popping Ghost. I think Vexa popped Ghost as well, yeah. Double Ghost pop to guarantee the kill.
Heard us, we actually heard me back in there again, so...
Yeah, beautiful voice.
Yeah, straight away. It's weird hearing it back and saying it at the same time, right? It's a little bit weird, but...
Yeah, you're like one of those people as well, you know, if you hear your voice, you're just like, ugh. I get that. I get that sometimes when I look back at like old Snapchat videos, I hear my voice, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, Shifting's really trying to push this in, knowing straight away that the Lux seems to have a struggle farming under that tower currently, so I don't think the Lux has actually been back. I don't think any mid laner has been back yet, as we see the bot lane, I think has with the Berserker Grease coming through now. That lane's pushing in, but Callum holding it there actually on the MF in the bot side, as Drake is coming up, so a slow push here could mean, and the mid lane now gone. If the Lux can push this in, Matt's actually going to back straight away. This could have been a dragon fight. here, but Vexter is coming through. W coming out. Ult coming out from the Alawi as well. This is a big...
Oh!
Pyro! Slapping those tentacles down on the Olaf, and Olaf just disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, the XP difference just kicked in right there. He had no ult to try to counteract any of the slows that Alawi applies when you get grabbed, which means less autos, so... Yeah, actually, considering for someone who just got ganked and killed, it's pretty amazing that she just pulled that out there.
Yeah, I wonder how close Olaf was to 6, because I don't think it would have been that far off. 1 or 2 minion kills could have really changed that fight there, actually. Maybe not have really seen it, but I reckon as soon as he gets to lane, he's pretty much got level 6 there, and the next fight, you know, no flash, no TP, no ult on this Alawi. And you've still got the flash on the Olaf, and this is where Matt's now coming through. The Rift Herald should be up in a second. Baron has got 13 minutes still, so you've got 2 Rift Heralds to go. I think Matt loves a bit of a Rift Herald. As you're going to see it here again, just the clip just couldn't be done fast enough because it just got clapped.
Yeah, Alawi seems like a very balanced champ.
As we say in every ranked game possible. But there's the level 6 of Vexter, so it's going to change a little bit now.
Yeah, interesting now. I'm not too sure. Oh, it looks like the Ahri is starting to run down as well. I'm imagining they want to get the spot lane kill to take Drake Prio. I think they might be aware of it. Actually, you can see from the vision as well, they've got a good vision in Matt's jungle right now.
Yeah, they really do. As observers, wonderful. Look at that, straight away. So this is what we see from the blue side. Red side can't see that, so...
There we go, 4-man gang.
Coming through as well.
Vile
coming out as well, everything coming through, and that is Twink down. FairyG actually takes the kill.
Yep, kill secured.
She'll be sitting there going, oh, sorry, I stole that away. But a 4-man gank bot. This is what we saw, actually, when I was watching a bit of FairyG stream before we got here. They now know where Matt is as well. So this is crucial. The team play from this is huge. And as long as Callum goes...
Oh my.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a second to react there. And now they just get the Drake for free.
Yeah, this is a wonderful little team play here by FairyDongers, as they or FairyDongers, as I like to call. But yeah, wonderful team here play here, and that's pretty much a free Drake. Vexter does get Swaggy up in the top there, pretty healthy as well. A little bit of an item diff coming out, but I'd say the that play there was incredibly well organised.
Yeah, I mean, this just goes to make our point from earlier about vision. I mean, with the vision, they knew that they could run down. Matt wasn't there in time to contest him for the, how do I say, counter gank, and then we're just able to pick a free kill on him when he's doing Gromp. It's interesting though.
We say we go and try and cross map, as if we call it. So if you lose something on one side, you kind of want to gain on the other if possible. And obviously with Vexter getting that kill on the Alawi on Swaggy Noob or Pyro, Rift Herald is pretty much free, or the Scuttle Crab is pretty much free for Matt here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously no vision as well, kind of top side besides that one red for Pyro, so
the smite.
they're not going to see it.
The smite to 18 HP.
Yeah, can't do that on Baron.
Lovely use of the E there from Syndra, but we're going to see this fight again. So the flash coming out straight away, the Q's going to land as well. The ultimate making this unstoppable means this Seraphine cannot go anywhere. And I think Shield actually flashed forward. No, Shield kept the flash, and then again here.
Yeah.
Look at that vision. Look, there's a 3 wards in that jungle.
Oh, we got the slight replay.
And there's still one there. You're going to clip that for him later.
Oh, absolutely. He's not getting away with that one.
So the Vi is actually incredibly ahead of Matt here on this jungle CS. So a fair few camps up. I think the Vi is back to radio and gone back to base, or no, going to go back now. So this is where Matt's going to catch up in this XP. Both junglers doing really well. That Twitch in the bot side, your man Twitch is farming up a storm.
Yeah, we're starting to see a CS diff grow within certain lanes. I mean, jungler for FairyG's team. Ooh, very healthy trade actually for Vexa. Obviously, with that life steal continues to stay in the fight longer. Oh! But surely
he's just going to run this one down, yeah. Oh, the flash coming out, nearly.
Oh! Yeah, autos the minions to get the life back then. Perfectly played.
Yeah, Vexter playing that really well, knowing this Olaf. That could have gone either way. Vexter really dodged a couple of W's there and a slam from Swaggy, so that did mean that all the damage didn't land down. That could have really gone a different way there, but the flash used as well from Pyro means that top lane, all sums being used.
Yeah, obviously.
To maybe go and Rift Herald?
Yeah, obviously as well, it seems that the Vexa and Olaf here, top lane, decided to go for a bit of a longer term in terms of gold with getting the cowl, which those aren't aware, it's for first 100 every minion to kill, you get a bit of extra gold with them. So he's gone for a more long-term investment here. Oh! Wait!
Yeah, Twink on that. As we said it, I said we saw the Talia roam really nicely. We seem to have a roam down in this bot side here, and Matt is here, and I'm not sure if they know that. Pings coming out left, right, and center without vision coming through. The Twitch does want this fight, but Matt has just gone back into the jungle. You're going to see a vision ward there on the Raptors as well in mid lane. This Ahri roaming like we said it could do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, high mobile champions like Ahri, Twitch, they just have huge roam potential just to try to get other lanes or even get themselves ahead. So, I mean, as far as I can see, everything that's supposed to be played is being played correctly.
Yeah,
oh, I think it's like is Matt trying to set up for a back gank here? Oh,
this is a bit of an in coming straight through, but it's in as well. Pearl just lands it down, but just about gets ahead.
Oh, he hits the ult! Wait, and a fight going on in bot lane as well.
Big fight there from Syndron to Pearl, and Matt now comes in, maybe going to drop this Rift Herald and give the bot lane all the gold under the sun. Tower plates giving them extra gold. They do not have long left on this, about 90 seconds actually. I'm surprised if this doesn't get dropped, because by the time he gets back, there we go, it's going to get summoned now. Shelly.
Yeah, Shelly on the scene. I mean, a lot just went down there actually. It feels like it was very hard to break down. Oh, another top lane fight as well. Vexa losing that fight actually.
With no tower as well. Vexa got that tower, may have stayed a little late. I'm not sure if the TP would have landed. Great stun there from Twink, just slowing it down, but look how quick this Twitch is. It's going to come through. Ultimate now popped as well, but the Seraphine healing and the shielding is going to come through really big time.
Oh, Matt dodges a charm as well.
As well, yeah, perfect call. And unfortunately, his Twitch just isn't doing too much. This Seraphine...
I mean, Twitch is really just one of those champions where his first item is what gives him that little power spike, you know, getting into the Blade of the Ruin King. So unfortunately, until then, his damage is a little bit just underwhelming.
Yeah, I feel an Everfrost might come out here from the Ahri, actually. The speed of the enemy team, as Ahri may get caught out here as the Drake's going to get popped, blown down, but Vexter is moving down. Seraphine is now looking to come over, but I think Twink is actually out.
I just don't think they make it in time. Very unfortunate. I mean, it seems to be that blue team's getting a heavy prio with these Drakes every time. They just seem to be positioning better for it.
Yeah, you can see the gold difference at the top. Obviously, Matt's side, Team Matt, 4.5 or 3.5k, nearly 4k up. That's quite a lot, but I think it's heavily invested as you see the gold there in that top side. You know, 6.5k, nearly 7k on this Olaf. That Cole really coming in with that extra gold.
Yep, I mean, it's a great economic advantage here. And, oh, looks like we're going to replay what happened here. Yep, presses E. Good champion.
That was a while ago. Obviously, this one here we had coming through. The charm did land, but is that barrier? Yeah, barrier on the Syndra there. Popping that as well.
And yeah, here we go.
It's a bloodbath in that top lane right now.
Interesting, Pyro seems to just pull out these kills out of nowhere when we think our lane's suddenly just not going our way.
Black Cleaver Rush. A couple of patches ago, Black Cleaver got a really big buff where the Black Cleaver Rush was actually huge. Just misses cannon.
Oh, nice cannon.
Yeah, I knew something was going to be said about that. But you see now, Vexter's now trying to push in this top side, knowing that they're there, but Matt is here as well to see this, and the Olaf is pretty stupidly fed, but this is where Alawi now comes into play. If an ult comes out from Alawi, just about used, Matt is going to maybe survive here, just trying to get to the portal. Does get out, but it's going to be slow.
Beautiful route as well.
Yeah, what a bind by that, but now they've got the prio for Scuttle. Shelly can potentially come down here.
Yeah, very interesting and a very lucky case. Actually only ended up trading 1-for-1. Which could have got a lot worse, considering that it was a 4-man rotate for topside.
And Matt's lucky to get away with that one, really. But it's where Alawi plays well. Tight kind of angles, these tentacles can come out of nowhere. Is Matt thinking about this?
Oh, he smites it!
He managed to get the steal, gets Polymorph through, he's probably going to die here. But I know he's laughing to himself, so I can hear his laugh right now.
Well,
I heard you.
He must have heard me talking bad about his smites all the time. I mean, my god. Yeah, you see the ult then coming in from the Hecarim, allowing them to get that.
Yeah, I think the Vi actually ulted the Olaf as well, which obviously was wasted because Olaf is literally CC immune. So maybe if the ult came out on the Hecarim originally, not through the Olaf, that may have been better. And Pearl may have just misclicked that to start with. So the fights are still, I would say, pretty even right now. It's 7 apiece, 3k difference in the side of Team Matt. And again, that's all just in that top side.
Of course, it's very dangerous to start taking objectives about your jungle being present. Obviously, Pearl died earlier in that fight, whereas Matt got to survive, so having that smite advantage is just huge. As we just saw there, he just smited it away from them. So it's Matt now securing both heralds.
It's more gold in the pocket of anyone who obviously go through, and this is big because you want this mid lane now open. The mid lane open, especially with the 2 side lanes now down for Team FairyDongers, it just means there's so much more that Matt can do within their jungle. That vision that we saw earlier coming out from FairyDongers, Team Matt can really bring that back themselves. And as you see, the Scuttle Crab's going down straight away. But if that mid tower goes down, it's going to be a hard one for FairyDongers to bring this back in terms of sort of map control.
Matt looks like he's trying to get vision inside their jungle, or at least look to steal some camps, maybe isolate a fight.
Yeah, we said he likes to do this. He likes to be in that. He's got that blue Pokemon going on. I'm not sure if they saw that.
I'd hope not. That would be very unfair. Oh, but they do spot. Oh!
Missed the Q, but then goes over. The barrier already popped.
Oh, but the team rotates down for it.
Over.
Oh! Hits Pearl. But
yeah,
a lot of ults invested into this fight with really no return right now. So Matt seems just going to take a withdrawal.
Real good disengage there from the team, Team FairyDongers. They're looking to potentially turn this one back. Drake is up in just a bit. The Charm's going to land. The Q's going to land as well. The Vi's going to go straight in, but Hilltwing does get back up again. The MF ult is now going to go down. Matt does go down, though, with a Twitch staying at the back. This MF is not got much damage to go through. Good follow-up there.
Very unfortunate. I mean, it was a good positioning for that Callum ult, but unfortunately just doesn't have the damage to be of any effectiveness right now. And, Vexa doing top laner things. Just chilling out, farming towers.
It's not where we normally see an Alawi in a team fight, right? So we normally see that Alawi just pushing like Vexter's doing. So without the Olaf there, really to hit that damage and follow in with Matt, this is what we said. You needed another engage, and the Charm did land. Pearl flashed that incredibly well. The Merc Tread's helping with the tenacity. But this is where Shield wanted to go back in. They don't get that as Heal gets used and the W. It almost looked like Callum was actually shotting his own team there as Matt down inside the MF ult.
Well, might as well been at that point. That was just unfortunate. It's just no real damage as of right now.
But it's Drake up. This is the first real little Drake fight here, but Ari's
they do catch the Ari.
It's one shot.
Just barely survives from the looks of it, but that is Ari out of the fight with at least a recall having to come in, buying a bit of time for Team Red.
Yeah, they can give this one up. The first Hex Gate is not too bad. As you can see, Vexter would have come in. They would have seen that. Now they just really want this Alawi to push. Now you're going to see the fact that everyone's there. Alawi's going to get this top tower hopefully down as this Drake now is secured. First Drake for Team Matt.
Yeah, and Pyro just doing Pyro things and just pushing out side lanes.
Yeah, not enough minions here to get this tower, unfortunately. Going to have to run it down, but
Matt's just looking to steal gold as much as he can, put the jungler further behind. Here. But Ari has rotated down for it. Oh, the CC ults out, actually dodges the charm.
And Shelly's still just cruising around.
Yeah, Shelly's just doing Shelly things, you know? Hard-working employee.
Hard-working employee.
And,
employee for Matt.
Employee for Matt.
I'm not sure if we're going to see... Oh, the charm. That's a great interaction.
It must be pretty hard to hit the back. And Olaf comes down to save Shelly.
No one hits my girl as his CC immune in. Vexer's a little bit inty here.
He's gone a bit too far here. And
does get the man.
Word. And Shelly actually manages to get a charge off in the end, surprisingly.
That would be a worth in all chat, 100%.
I mean, I counted in my heart as a word. You know, he got the kill in the end and he got the charge off Shelly. You really could not ask for more. Oh, Matt popping Ghost. Jesus. That was just overkill.
Yeah, Matt popped Ghost E, went to 0 to 100 and just, I don't think was really needed to pop anything there, but kill confirmed, as you have said before. 2-0 on this Lux now, so, you know, Drake being taken, as you see there. Doesn't get it with the smite though. The MF gets it. And Matt gets out with that ultimate. Maybe if Pearl holds on. And then this run down here, just charging through. Pearl, actually then, Q was going to hit, but Shelly stopped the original Q, so...
I'm telling you, Shelly's a hard-working employee.
Yeah,
no breaks off.
MVP.
And yeah, this is beyond overkill. Definitely could have avoided popping ghosts for this one.
Matt's sitting there on 1, 3, and 4, just doing jungler things. Not really being the ultra carry right now, but Hecarim can really come online, especially against people like an Ahri. FairyG on that Lulu. If you don't get them polymorphed through, a lot of damage is going to come straight out.
Catching with the bind, but no follow-up as of right now as the Ahri pressures, but Matt's looking on the sideline. It looks like he wants to fight.
Yeah, Baron is now live, so Baron is in play. This is where you might now start to see something as FairyG might get caught out.
Oh, he gets polymorphed as well into a charm.
Ultimate now coming through. We know Matt doesn't have an ult here. Is Matt going to finally go down? He does. Callum's going to pop that out. Pearl is going to take a lot to the face, and Shotgun goes through, but this Seraphine ult comes out as well. This Seraphine doing absolute tricks, and FairyG flashes out the Arcane Comet, but still goes down.
I mean, this is... I don't even know what I'm watching right now. This is kind of just madness. It's like watching a fist fight.
This Lux is doing absolute work as Vexer, again, just side lane things. Side lane things.
It's my favorite activity to see from the top laner.
Yeah, Matt gets written down here as well. Good ult by Callum there just to create some space, and actually the Lux E coming through. That charm landing really nicely, but as you say, the ult coming out. That Q.
What is it? The Arcane... Ooh, just not surviving that one.
Flash came out, but Flash was used, and... Barrier used. W used as well from...
and the Ahri's going to get caught out then by Matt.
Shield Twink, just in a position that not really needed, and this is what you see in most of my, our elo kind of games, and you're trying to force something that you don't need to do here, and as you see the bot side of things, this Drake up in a minute, they're looking to try and get some control from that, so they're pushing the Alawi down there to get the D-push, catching waves, but they're set up for Baron here.
Yeah, the question is FairyG's team catch on to doing Baron? I think the Olaf just walked over Vision right now, so they should have an idea.
You're going to see Pearl
we see Pearl coming down now.
So I'm not sure if they can do anything about this. Obviously, you know Matt's smiting abilities.
But they do catch out the ADC.
Callum's going down. The ult's going to come straight through.
And he secures his Baron. And Vexer can rotate for this now, leaving Pearl with no escape. But Polymorph actually
coming out as well. Polymorph coming through. Just misses that ult there on
they do catch out FairyG. Very interesting. They're trading a lot of 1-for-1s here, but they do get the objective, so they're in a much better spot as of right now. Oh wait! The charm didn't hit?
The charm didn't land, and Pikachu did, is just doing bits now as the Ahri's looking to go back in. Matt is nearly down. If Pike had the E, does get it with the poison.
My god, these
nothing for the Hecarim
barely surviving.
Yeah, nothing to lifesteal off really, unfortunately. Trying to get to his wolves. Trying to lifesteal off. Now Drake is up. This is where we said earlier, the jungle, you want this smite. And if they get this, this is actually sole point, but the Twitches are going to farm up mid lane. Ahri's now going to go back.
Yeah, I mean, Pearl's smite is up, and the red team just does not have prior. They're going to be coming late to this fight. But that being said, they do seem to have the numbers advantage right here.
Yeah, Vexter, very much the strongest. You could probably delete Pearl quite quickly. They don't know where Matt's obviously dead. Back up in 3 seconds.
Yeah, they start looking to contest this.
And I'm not sure there's anything you're going to do here.
But Callum ults
Pearl does get the Drake, and you're going to see Vexer now just run it down. We know how strong this Olaf is. The shielding coming out as well, and the healing coming through. That's
Charm hits both of them hit from Ahri in the background as well.
Get shield. The roots come down as well. The CC, but the ultimate coming out from Shield Twink, just coming out, but just gets away.
Just can't get that finishing kill.
Yeah, that mobility, like you said, and Vexter now looking, but seeing a tentacle and saying, no, it's okay. I don't want to fight this Alawi underneath, and this is the power of the Olaf. It's just literally run them down.
Yeah, very unusual ult there from the Lux and Misfortune. I was thinking that they might want to delay the damage from dragging as long as they can until their own jungler gets down. But clearly not. I think they were hoping that they could maybe steal it with burst damage.
Yeah, the Baron obviously now going to buff that cannon minion up, which means the range on it's going to be huge. And this is where Team Matt really wants to start putting that gold lead to use. Vex is going to push in this bot lane, have another wave behind them. Pearl can't really do too much because the minions are definitely
going to... That's yours. Yeah, get your plus 90.
Yeah. Smite cannon, it's not what laners normally like, but I like to do it when I'm jungling.
Well, that's what Matt likes to do in my bot lane every time.
Shield, I'm hoping he's not going to try and go for this. Matt kind of
smites the cannon. There we go. Good investments.
So, no objectives up. We've got 3 minutes for both pieces. Both are going to be up quite quickly in that time. So, I would say now for Matt, it's securing the next Drake is probably the next big objective. Come back, farm up. But you're going to see this Ahri. I'm just going to call it what it was. It was an in. It was just a straight out in.
It was just very unfortunate positioning. I mean, you know, they got that charm off, you know, they got hungry for the kill, and then suddenly it just didn't connect.
The Baron obviously secured as well. Lots of decision fights here. Vexter getting that one on the Alawi, meaning this next fight here is tick, tick, tick.
And
Shield Twink does just get away.
I mean, people are just surviving with just a sliver of health. Like, it's actually kind of disgusting.
The mental...
Yeah, this is the part I'm confused about. We see here, yeah, Cam goes to Altus.
And then so does the Lux as well. We said it at the start, right? The MF, more on the Lux ult can really help be a bigger smite as well. So Pearl just waiting that one out perfectly.
Oh,
the Seraphine
beautiful
ult there is
Seraphine ult though.
Just it's unfortunate.
Flash invested and just never catch the Ahri in the end.
Yeah, Shield Twink does get away because of the ultimate.
But that Lux is pumping out quite a bit of damage we're seeing now with the Rabadon's death cap as well. I mean, those E's hurt.
Shattered Crown actually finished on this Lux as well, so quite worried about the fact that the Twitch or the Ahri can pretty much one-shot the Lux and get them down. Kraken Slayer and Bloodthirst are now finished on this MF. Not doing too much right now. Quite underfarmed against that Twitch, and
I mean the Twitch is after getting the rune-ins as well, so that just means they're going to start farming a lot more easier, building up that, I guess, gold bridge. And you know, once that Twitch starts getting items, it's going to be a real issue for everyone.
Right now, WinCon on side of Team FairyDongers, they are under now nearly 8k, or just over 8k now. What's your WinCon in FairyDongers right now? What's the game plan, Coach?
I mean, as of right now, it's really just down to getting a charm off by that Ahri into a Wild. Like, they need that, I guess, how do I say, isolated fight, and then back off. Because once that charm and once that, you know, Wild go, they've got nothing else to catch them with. Matt's team is just all about running people down. But
yeah, I don't think they're going to sit there in Swaggy Noob's ultimate as well. If they get a big ult off, especially in the Baron pit, as that is the next one up in just about 40 seconds. But I'm not sure if FairyDongers want to get the Baron. They're not super pushed up, so you don't want that deep push. You're going to see Ahri now go collect this bot tower. Matt is in the top side here with 40 seconds on Drake. Lots of wards coming out.
I mean, in Matt's position, Matt's team has to go for Drake here instead of Baron. Like, they cannot allow Soul to go over to G's team. I think G's team's after realizing this as well. You see Pearl starting to rotate down to maybe put down some vision.
Yeah, maybe they give this... They know they can kind of give this one up and maybe sit there with the Alawi really heavily pushing top here. Does have the TP as an option as well. We're going to see now how good are these two fight. But Ahri looks like to be going back. I was going to say, it's be a bit of a weird one if Shield did go back. Shield does get hit, and that's a big Q. Big axe to the face, but all the vision here is on that red side, and you are just going to see Swaggy here just push that top side, and I think this is one of the best calls.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else they can do right now. Well, looks like Matt's team's going to get this unless Josh gets over the wall for steal. Goes for an ult's in, but yeah, as we see, he's going to get isolated now.
Yeah, that's pretty big as well, but just about gets out of it. The combination from it coming through, but Vex are just running him down. Matt's now just going to run down.
Well, trying to get through hide as much as they could, but it's just not possible.
Unfortunately, not going to press the E in time, and Shield Twink now goes down. Double kill straight out. But the base is now going to get attacked through. They've got to try and back for this or push for the win. They're actually going to hit for Baron, as they're going to let Sina go back with that Lux. So turret down top side. This is what you see from every Alawi game ever. Baron's now going to get melted as well. And the early objective carries that were coming out from Fairies and now just getting taken away by Matt as Pearl is just... Pearl is questionable, I think is the term.
I mean, you know, he did his best to go for the steal there. I mean, obviously I think he's pretty much aware as well that the combo that they have in these team fights is just not fightable. I mean, it's just hard to mimic around.
Flash going to be used, but Vexer with the home guards doesn't have the ghost. If lands a Q here, as Matt's just inching his way in and the ult comes through, but unfortunately just gets down. Yet staring in on the Alawi laying face down. We know what the observer's like. As Pyke does just get this red, Pikachu does get the red buff. The kiting coming out from Twitch was actually quite impressive. I know we're probably going to see a replay in a second, but just unfortunately, you can't kite against two people who are going literally 100 miles an hour at you. So the engage here was good. Coming in on Matt here, but no damage to follow up, which you said. And
I mean, I think
creating that space from them.
I think Matt played it pretty well. I mean, once he got opened by that guy, he pushed back as far as he could into his team to just isolate it.
I mean, just goes his shield go down. It's the Seraphine ult, the MF ult, and the Lux ult just creates so much space, and the disengage that actually the enemy team have to respect it. FairyDongers have to respect that so much and just push away.
Yeah,
and that's where the chasing can come down.
Yeah, we're starting to see the lead, you know, the lead build away. It's now 13 to 21. Well, interesting enough.
Yeah, the late game coming in.
Yeah,
it's definitely looking that way. 11-5 on this Olaf. You know, Matt was 1-3-4, and now 5-5-10. 4-0 actually on this. Lux hasn't died just yet. 15 assists on this Seraphine as well. Picking up well over nearly 70 to 80% kill participation is pretty big, as I think Swaganoo just got caught there. Maybe going to go down, not just yet. The ult coming out from Lux going to miss everyone as well. Twitch just doing a bit of work here.
Oh, hold off doing a bit of gaming, but Calamalt
is pretty big, but 1,000 gold onto Pearl. You can't let to go to Pikachu though, as he's going to go in as well. Going to get some more double kill for the Vi.
Here we see Twitch doing Twitch things. Seeing Twitch do Twitch things, getting their Q reset off. It's not looking too good. I think Vexer just went a bit too deep in there and just got caught out ultimately underneath turret.
Yeah, a little bit close here, but they managed to get out quite well here. I think Pearl going in and then the Lulu ult coming up just made sure to get them away, but Shield Trink just go down. Pyro now moving over from that top side, obviously, to try and help. Pyro gets caught, nearly goes down, and Matt just wanted to get this tower, but maybe if they played a bit slower, as the Twitch just ult through, so does actually Alawi.
Oh my god.
Yeah, big ult coming out there from Callum just to try and create some space, and this one as well, the flash coming from Pearl with the Q landing, disrupts that Seraphine, and that Seraphine is down, but no real anti-healing coming out from the side of Team FairyDongers. Obviously now Fairy G has finished the Chemtech, but nothing else really, which surprises me early on. Obviously the Thorn Mail coming through, but that's a single target. Is this map being caught out? No.
Doesn't seem like it. No, gets to escape in the end. And I've just realized what my quality sounds like. Oh my god.
You've seen it through Wiggum in the chat, have you?
Yeah, I just looked to my right and I was like, why is this guy talking to me? And then I turned on the audio for the stream and I realized why. My god.
Apologies straight away from Connor there, but Pearl again in a bit of a position that we don't really want to be in, or are they? Oh, just cuts down that Lux, and the first death I think for Lux, as Twitch is now going to do some work on Hill Twink there. Coming up, unfortunately, not coming through, but 10 seconds for this Drake. This is sole point coming up for them, so whether or not Matt's team are happy with this, they might come in as they got Vexer as well, incredibly fed. The ult on Twitch has already been used, so Callum now just gets caught out, but this isn't the issue. These two right here coming in right, left, forward. Matt coming out, getting hit down, and Stuffle coming straight through on the Lulu. The Lulu is down, which means the heal and everything is gone. Dodge there from Shield Twink on Ret Matt as well. Rampage coming out from the Hecarim. The Horseman is doing work. Pearl is trying to get to the back, but this Olaf is just too strong, and Shield Twink trying to do everything they can. These two, with no anti-healing, you're just not gonna you can't lock them down.
Yeah, it's just just don't know how to describe it. I mean, like, there's really just no other way to say it.
And look at, they're already pretty much nearly full health. You know, coming straight through. It's a tough one. And Veggie, I knew what on earth was going on. If you came in earlier, my guy, we'd have seen it. But the ult coming through, and I think the Twitch ult being used here may have just lost in that fight prior, because the Twitch ult was up and Matt and Vexter was the only two left standing. Maybe, just maybe there was something, but look where they were trying to get onto. They're trying to get onto FairyG, stopping any shields, polymorphs, etc. coming out. Next person to go onto was Pikachu there, so the focus was huge going onto those carries.
I mean, it was just a beautiful 2v5. Yeah, I mean, like, there's actually nothing else to say there. It was just a beautiful 2v5.
Literally high-fiving on the way. Yep, thanks for Tate Dragon, and we'll go on. So both teams now on match point. A 10k gold lead sitting on the side of Team Matt here as Pearl maybe getting caught out as well. Vex is just not dying. Big Seraphino and into a Luxo as well. FairyG needing one shot. Having to there go. Redemption falls down. Callum now gets Pearl down. Gets everything going through. The Callum ult coming out as well now. Hecarim going through. If this kill goes down, I think it's pretty much GG to Team Matt, and we'll see them into the finals. But the Lux is still up. I think this should be pretty much as the minions are now going to come into the base. Charm coming through, but the damage is not doing anything to Vexter. Pikachu can have one last little hurrah here.
Oh.
Nope, gets caught out. Gets Lux fight.
Yeah, it's the life of an ADC.
Nice grey screen there for a Twitch, as you well know. And GG into Team Matt there. Coming from behind almost, I think objectively wise anyway, but incredibly clean gameplay from especially Vexter and Matt. But if you were to say who was the MVP that game, who would you say?
I don't know. Originally I was going to say Vexter and Matt, but I feel like the Seraphine deserves a lot of praise from actually managing to hit those ults as well as peeling. I mean, like, it's such a differential. I mean, Vexter played it beautifully. Like, when he popped his ult, he was at the front instead of the back of the team, taking all that CC, just making it completely useless.
And I'm going to say, can we clip that? They just said that the support should get the MVP. And generally, as a support main, you don't normally get the MVP. But yeah, the Seraphine doing so much work there with the healing. Obviously, the enemy team on the Team FairyDongers didn't really buy any anti-heal early on, but they didn't have any AoE way of actually getting rid of it, or actually applying it, should we say. So, but yeah, Vexter, like you said, really pushing up there. Matt really backing up the boy as well, backing up that Viking. And, it was just... Team Comp was an incredibly good game. Yes, a couple of people calling out some of the ranks, but generally speaking, clean. And it wasn't until that sort of late 25, near 30 minutes when we really start to see the swamp coming through on the power of something like Hecarim as well. So, yep, we'll see them into the final. We're going to go for a break in a minute. We need to catch our breath. That was a very strong game, first game for us on this stream. Don't go anywhere. Grab yourselves a Red Bull, and we'll see you in just a minute. Knowing that in the top side, Matt wants it. You know he can taste the blood, and the Q's going to go in as well.
Yeah, popping ghosts as well.
Flash is going to be used straight away.
Says, man, you gotta make an effort. Feel like all I do on earth is just say yes, sir. And when I tell people how they make me feel, they treat me like a leper. I put my headphones on, I play my favorite song. I go to sleep and try again. Mama used to try and tell me no man isn't on it, but I think I feel like drifting away.
shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma find my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Anytime or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no, I got no rival. Tell me now, what you gon' do? We can do this face to face. The reckoning is coming real soon. Doesn't matter what you say. Try to tell you this is my moment. Can't take mine 'cause I own it. Don't you know that I'm locked and unloaded? You're out of focus. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'll find my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Anytime or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my phone. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no, I got no rival.
Well, I don't know if he's dressed up for a funeral or what's going on, but we're now back. Welcome back. We're now going into the final coming up, and there's a real reason why Fat Rat Connor has decided to put this on, and you've actually shocked your analyst behind you at the same time that you've managed to
shit, I didn't even notice that. Yeah,
okay, on as well.
Oh no!
Explain yourself before we get going.
So I made a bet with the people in League VC1 that if any of them made it to the finals, I put a suit thing on. I didn't think any of them were actually going to make it, but now both teams have League 1 VC people in it, so here I am now stuck for this. Now, luckily though, one of them is very old on the enemy team. His name's Brad. He's like reaching his 40s, so I'm just in time for his funeral when the ventilators go off.
The shots are being called straight away. Yeah, we have obviously Team Matt. We just saw won that one, and now into the final they're against Team Boy. Now, I'm excited for this because Matt and Boy are they're brothers. They fight it out all the time. They duo quite a lot. They never really. There's always a joke with Lloyd's Customs that they're never on the same team.
Yeah,
right. It's always Lloyd and Boy and against Matt. So this is kind of now for bragging rights in that League 1 VC that we always seem to use. Going through to see how this goes, but you know, we saw the Olaf come out from Vexter. We just had a nice chat with their team. Kind of comms were clear, but not clear at the same time, just running it down as well. And appreciation against Team FairyGs as well. So now we've got that. We kind of maybe see the bans coming out. Obviously, is Matt just going to get banned out and Vexter's going to get banned out? You know, that bot lane was the weaker side. Really did work. Seraphine did fantastic work. Some great ultimates coming out there from Callum. He's going to clip that and save that to keep sending it to me every bloody day.
Yeah.
But, you know, coming out that Seraphine ban may be big, but what other supports could we see? The team comp they used, they wanted to run down. We know straight away Brad's going to play sort of an engaging kind of character unless he decides to go top lane Teemo.
Yeah, I mean, this one's going to be a bit interesting. Like, normally in customs, I always just watch Matt get banned out because he's always the biggest threat, but this time they have to consider Vexta, and they also have to consider the mid laner, considering the damage they've done last time. So this time he can't just be solo banned out.
Yeah, so we're going to see it on the side of Team Matt, Team Photon Boy. He's put Photon Boy. It's Team Boy. Photon Boy is Brad at the same time. And Tex, as soon as he heard that it was Brad in the game, started spewing feathers. So Ezreal ban coming out. That's obviously the ADC coming through. They had played that in the first game, if what I remember rightly. Not sure what they played in the second one, but
I mean, the thing with Boy is that he's also quite a versatile player. I mean, this guy can hit bot lane, but he can also hit the mid lane as well, which means that these bans that they're doing for him right now, if they ban him out too hard in bot lane, he'll just simply migrate to mid lane.
a new deer ban. That was the first game for Matt, and that's not normally a ban you see come out for Matt. Now, obviously, the Warwick coming through, you know you just take 3 ignites and the Warwick's pretty much non-existent. That's a joke Matt always makes against, obviously, with teams. So, are they not scared of this? They actually kind of want to push Matt onto someone that they're strong with and beat them that way?
I mean, really, I don't know how to look at it. Say, like, one way you could think of it, okay, these are smart bans because, you know, Udyr is always an issue and so is Matt in general. But at the same time, you have to realize this is Brad and Boy. You know, I think part of them just wants to do like a little psyops operation into Matt's mental to just destroy him. I mean, think of it, if they beat him on his hard carry champion, what excuse does he have afterwards?
Yeah, as you're going to see the Olaf ban come out, I think that's a smart ban. The Blitz ban was a target against Brad. But I'm wondering if they're going to now switch this up now. WXB, yeah, the Leona ban. WXB was in the top lane for their first game as a Malphite, now in the bot lane as ADC. So they were actually rotating around here, and because they know Brad and Boy are probably going to be in that bot side, I wonder if they're going to switch it up to put Vexter on that Varus ADC that we saw as the Lux ban comes through. So a Varus pick here could be big straight away, and that will tell us a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, Varus actually gets to secure his Vexa in the end, actually.
Yep, straight away. Caught it. Nailed that one.
And the Nautilus. Brad's going to take his Nautilus, okay. It seems like everyone's on their comfort picks right now.
Oh, the
Hecarim again.
No, Matt doesn't get his Hecarim. Brad has taken the Hecarim away. Team Boy have taken it away because Matt is on that left-hand side. So now they're kind of thinking, I think this is why Callum is stuck a little bit with the timer going down, 10 seconds left, trying to figure out who to play. So
lock in the Malphite.
Yeah, safe pick for Callum, I think. You know, does quite well.
Oh!
No.
Oh my days.
Do you think Matt's going to give this Warwick up, though, and let Callum Warwick?
Oh, no.
Like,
no, this is a slap in the face.
Now the Malphite coming out as well. So Callum's probably going to go onto that Malphite, I reckon, and Matt's going to get the Warwick. So we are going to see Matt finally, if we count this as a custom, Matt has his Warwick. So much so, it's in shock for Connor there.
I mean, but the balls on this, man, it's huge.
Kahunas, I think, just letting it go through. And again, like I think you said, just breaking that sort of bragging rights in the League VC. But not just that, obviously, the winners do take home honks, which Lloyd will tell you what honks are in the Twitch chat if you ask him nicely. As the Talia ban comes through, we didn't see... I don't think Sindo played that Talia last time. But not really sure what the first game on Team Matt was. I think the Hecarim came out a couple of times. But Ashe can be incredibly annoying. The Nautilus locking down the Ashe, just slowing you everything. You know, the Warwick's not really going to get away as a Mundo gets banned out as well now.
Interesting that they banned out Mundo. I mean, They're assuming that Vex is going to take Mundo top. I mean, have we ever seen Vex play Mundo top? I don't think I've ever heard of it. It's a very unusual ban.
It's a little bit unusual, but the Morgana ban as well, not really looking through. Heel Twink, the Seraphine is still up currently, so I'm expecting to see that again. The Seraphine Varus poke combination with the E as well, so if you get the stun off, Varus can land his ult, lands an E, gets that blight, stacks right up, and that's pretty much GG straight away. But yeah, the Mordekaiser came out, obviously Team Photon Boy. When I saw that, the Mordekaiser was strong.
I'm assuming right now, as rude as they may sound, I imagine they're trying to ban for their top laner just to get them more of a comfy position, because Malphite late game is just super tanky, especially with that ult combo as well. So I think what they're trying to do is maybe play for a late game Malphite or try to enable the Malphite a little bit more.
Yeah, and if you are new in, the Cho'Gath's probably going to go up against that top lane. That's going to be quite fun to watch. This is a varied ranking system we have. Everyone just signed up, and Lloyd done his best to make sure the ranking system was through. So you're going to see Emilio in. Obviously, it gives more range for that Varus with some of the skills. I've not actually seen Emilio really played before, so I'm unsure about it. And Cassiopeia on mid. I like it when I see a Cass locked in.
Yeah, I mean, Matt's been experimenting quite a lot actually with Cassiopeia in normal draft games, so I think this might be his time to shine right here.
So you think this signed as Malphite and this is actually going to be a Callum's Warwick?
It seems to be. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm actually a bit stun locked.
So they could, obviously, with this switch around, you think Brad's going to go Veigar?
I don't know, he's the only person I know disgusting enough to do it.
Yeah, well, the mid laner ban on the Lux, the Veigar going through. Oh, this is a... We're going to see Cinder actually on that. Callum is going to be on that Malphite, and the Warwick is going to go out with Matt. So I can imagine the VC, the boys and the girls and the VC really going lively for this at the moment. As we're going to see Team Boy versus Team Matt. And a few of the guys sitting there in League One watching it. Hello.
Yeah.
With the little... Hello. As you see, the suit is out. Hopefully Brad does see this as well. Regulus expecting 5 likes on Brad's team. I am as well. We called it straight away, Aaron. We definitely did. But I think we're going to be in for a little bit of a show. We know straight away. Yeah, your caster fell asleep there.
Yeah. No, the analyst there, he was sleeping on the job. Might have to dodge his pay.
Weirdly enough, his eyes are staring at you as well. Like, look, he's actually looking at you.
Oh, he actually is staring at me. Wait, no,
like
that's creepy.
That's a little.
No, that's actually creepy. No.
That's creepy. Staring into your soul. But all I know is for the next few days, whoever wins here, League chat is just going to be crazy straight away. Like, it's just going to be who, look, where, and when. We won this, we won that. And this is what the best fun about it. And if you don't know who TGH are, we're a community. We're one of the largest Valorant communities in Europe. We've got 10k people in the Discord. So we don't just play Valorant. Obviously, we now do these leagues. And we're looking to do this each and every week. I can count 10 people I know that missed out this week. Us included, Homie, people like that. So we could be seeing this as a new weekly induction.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good experimental phase to try branch out the new things. And obviously, we got quite a big show up, actually, in terms of people signing up. So we could expect to see a lot more of these.
We could, and I hope we do as well. We need some more league casters, though. That's the only thing. I think Brad was meant to do it and then pulled out. But if Brad loses this, I think he won't pull out. I think if he wins this, he's going to retire on a 1-game win streak.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to say this. Like, if Brad wins this, it's going to be insufferable. If Matt wins it, he's going to be annoying. Whoever wins is just going to be insufferable for next week until the next one.
Yeah, Milk Matt does main Warwick, so I think they gave it to him because they took the Hecarim away on the second pick. They didn't ban him out, really. They banned the Udyr out because, to be honest, it's hard to really play against that champion. So with that Warwick coming through, it's going to be good to kind of see some clean gameplay from that. We should be in very, very soon, unless we're going to go to a quick ad break, maybe. I'm not sure. We're going to hear that in my ear in a second from Prod. Or not. No, never mind.
They said run them out. Okay, what else can we do? We just got to waffle at this point.
We do. I can still see the team. So the Varus on Vexter, went 14-1 in that first game. Matt was actually kind of quiet in that. We saw the Malphite top as well. So this bot side now is totally drastically changed. So they've switched roles going through here. This ADC bot fight, I think, is going to be the real crucial one. And in recent patches, especially in the last season, shall we say, it's been a very bot lane meta. Now, in that last game, we saw the top lane really coming through, but this bot lane, I think, is where the camera is going to be 90% of the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think the bot lane action is probably just going to be the most, action-packed one. Because there's really not much else that can be done around the map besides rotating for objectives.
Especially as we saw, actually, from obviously FairyDongers team, they were really good early on with that control as well. Obviously, the crossplay with Vexter coming in at the top. Obviously, Pyro did incredibly well fighting against off that Olaf for a very long time. It's just when that team fighting started to come through. So we saw, and we're going to put it out, we said it off air, actually, how good both teams played as teams. Bear in mind, a lot of these guys, we play free stacks, we play flex, we mainly play solo duos or customs. They never get played like this. So the team plays coming out from both sides, the map control, making sure the wards are everywhere. That was huge, and it was incredibly fun to watch, I'm not going to lie. So I'm expecting more coming from here. But speaking of ward score, your old man Brad is definitely saying, how unfair you just yeeted him off into the corner.
Dude, I don't like it. What if he turns around?
That would be scary, actually, wouldn't it? But we're going to see pings coming out here as we may see the invade coming out with Boy getting a little bit late on this Project Ash. But
yeah, I mean, to be honest, Brad seems got a lot of, early engaged in terms of these fights. I mean, they got that Nautilus, Cho'Gath knockup, the Ash slows just from our autos. So I think these low-level fights could very much go in their favor if they decide to go for it, but
I don't think they're going to.
I think I see what they're doing now. They're probably hoping that Matt wanders off to try ward the red. But they delayed it now, actually. Ooh.
Feldy is going to come through. And if Wiggum does get this, there's a little bit of an XP there. So the XP difference for Wiggum in that mid lane over this Cassiopeia is big. But Cass starts landing some skills, does a lot of damage. But Wiggum, get those Q stacks up. That ultimate at the end literally just one-band Vexter towards the end. So definitely looking forward to seeing how this goes. As we seem to have a little bit of a tech issue, so you're going to come back to us. We'll need to see what is going on currently, so just bear with us. Again, this is the first time we've streamed this. It's the first time I think we've really streamed League. I know we have done it before with the
never mind.
Stream
off
team.
we go.
As we're already in game. So a couple minutes through, the mid lanes are just going through. We're going to see at the standard kind of jungle pathing again. I'm expecting a full clear from both sides. The Feldy on this Hecarim can actually get the Qs stacking up and moving as well. Probably not going to queue as far as Matt, but Matt's actually just going to come straight over.
Yeah, I mean, Warwick is a very, early fighter. I mean, he wants to fight early, especially with his healing. But it'll be interesting now what happens. I mean, he's just delaying time here.
Yeah, just delayed time.
Yeah. You see that Brad trying to move up a little bit as well.
Bad mouthing off with that mastery select, but Boy is just going to get a lot of poke down here with that W early on. Quite a bit of a cooldown on that though, and I think both lanes just want to farm. The hook does come out and land, and straight away the shield coming through from Milio on Hill. This is what Brad likes to do. Brad loves to land these hooks.
Yeah, he just likes to land these hooks with every other team besides mine.
Straight away called through as well. But this top lane, I think, is going to be a little bit of an island, as generally top lanes are. Feldy just a little bit worried that Matt could be around, but clearing quite nicely as Matt's a little bit slower to the party. So this top lane Scuttle Crab, I think it's going to be a bit of a fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie, he didn't put himself in the best position there by trying to BM early with the mastery tag. The only thing he's made it now is that both junglers are just going to be later than usual to the top Scuttle.
Feldy's just going to respect it, I think, and look to... didn't do Raptors.
Yeah, I think Feldy's just going to a 5-camp clear straight into top Scuttle, I'm thinking.
Potentially, we're going to see a tech pause now. Not sure why the game was paused there. Potentially an issue with someone DCing, obviously internet connections and stuff like that. So we aren't playing LAN. We're unfortunately not that good to get through, but with internet issues or tech issues, we're going to see the pause come in. So nothing really too much to talk about.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I'm out of topics to talk about here. I'm kind of just like freestyling it right now.
Yeah, but I think the next big fight obviously is going to be that first jungle in about 3:30, 4 minutes. Is always one of the big ones to do. So the jungle's going off. I wonder if Feldy's just going to go from Raptors and go straight to the bottom scuttle and just respect the fact that Matt is on that Warwick.
I mean, I think the way that this is going to work at this point is that it's going to be, how do I say, very quiet early level, with maybe a few bits of poking here and back, but I think we'll probably see our first killer round during the objectives, kind of like Drake or Herald. I think both teams don't want to risk taking the early fight just in case they fail it, or unless an opportunity just presents itself perfectly.
So we're not going to see an LCK sort of like get to 40 minutes without a single kill on the board and both teams just respect each other that well.
I hope not, because I'm going to bed if I am.
It happens all the time down there on the Chinese servers, but farming coming out from this Ashe and Boy does make that ADC.
Boy. Yeah, Ashe's Boy. Wait, Boy's Ashes. No joke, I mean, it's pretty deadly. Oh,
we don't see the respect coming in, and Feldy's going to take a little bit down. Fleeing as well is Matt, but he's going to get a bit of a ghost proc from that.
Nope,
moving straight away.
Wait! Oh!
Cassiopeia moves over first. Wiggum unfortunately doesn't move through. The cage does come in. Matt's not going to fall though, and that's a double kill for this.
Cassiopeia does pick it up.
Early kill again, and Matt now gets another one. Uses the flash as well as an early triple kill. And I said 4 minutes. Yeah, I was not wrong, and they're going to push this straight through, potentially get a nice push here. Sunder gets a free back. TP is on Wiggum, but not going to be used. Going to start walking to lane instead. Could have potentially TP'd in and stopped this early Cass.
I mean, can we just take a second to talk about the fact that Warwick's Q goes through flashes?
Yeah, that was a bit...
That's a bit disgusting, to be honest.
That is, and I was just wondering if the emojis were going to come out from Brad there, but not really. But Boy, taking some hits there. A quick shout out to David's going to be excited to watch this Varus gameplay in the final. You know, as a little bit of a Varus main. So, but on Boy though, I think this is definitely going to be where the fight's going to be. Maybe junglers are going to maybe leave it, but you see Feldy got feared straight away, and actually I think the phase rush got procced. I'm sure they got a bit bleshy.
Thank you.
And this is where Cass comes straight in. Not really got much mana, but the mana comes back through as well, as I think get it procced from the kill dying down. Matt just dodges Wiggum's W, and obviously the cage as well, but...
That is just crazy that the Q goes through flash, the more I look at it.
Yeah, and Callum moved down late as well. Not really needed as Brad's in a bit of a trouble here, but Feldy's here as well. Feldy may go down here again as
Vexa picks it up and stacks. Oh no. So it seems we're having a bit of a snowballing effect right now where blue team is just kind of snowballing with the lead and just carrying the momentum.
Yeah, definitely. That early 3 assists on Warwick, you know, getting what they need to go, and the best thing about Warwick is that life still coming straight through. Has 2 smites up, so use the first one early. 14 seconds, you know, about 6 seconds left, and the second one's up. I think red team, we just got to respect this, right? Team Boy has got to respect this.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, blue team just has early prior for majority of these things, so there'll be no fighting from red team unless there's a significant, how do I say, event for them, in case someone slips up majorly or they farm up for a bit, but in terms of it, the early game is after snowballing away.
Yeah, Cassiopeia is just disgusting. And the thing is, the Cassiopeia here is just going to get worse, because Cass scales incredibly well. Feldy's maybe looking for something here, but look where the Warwick is already. Yeah. Straight on that blue buff. Flash is not up for this Syndra, but the ultimate comes out.
Oh, but the damage!
He's just going down. The ultimate came out as well from Wiggum, but...
Just no damage. I mean, early game Veigar just does not have that damage. It's all about the scaling potential.
It's nothing. Tried making something. I suppose they had to try, right? The Cass was overstepping.
I mean, they had to. I mean, you know, they're trying to make a play to start getting the momentum down and even a shutdown as well that the Cassiopeia is carrying. But I don't know. Just the damage that she's delivering right now is just. It's not it, you know? You're going to have to come back at a later time for it.
Yeah, level 5 on this Warwick as well. Hecarim is there on level 5, but I'm expecting Matt to go over. They knew the blue buff was up because he did go over towards it, but you're going to see this bot fight just at the end come through, and maybe the Cassiopeia fight as well, as our team have been incredibly good on these replays.
Yeah, I mean, every lane seems to be getting to provide a bit of action, whereas, you know, top lane is just top lane. It's just its own little island.
Yeah, I think they respect it as well. I think they're both roughly similar sort of levels in that sense, in terms of rank. So they're probably just going to literally let it respect, let them have their own fights out. And the gold lead coming out on that Cho'Gath, actually, the farming, 20 odd down, is pretty significant, as well as that mid lane as well.
Yeah, that being said, at the same time, I guess in Callum's defense, his team are up. You know what, sometimes hitting minions can be hard. You know, sometimes it's just not your day.
And he just lands the last four. Yeah, there we go.
Last few, then. There we go.
Look at him. But it's a little bit rough one. The Rift Herald is now up, but is this something you just need to respect? The Cho'Gath's pretty chunky, but the Cass isn't now already moving up towards it. You're going to see this objective control really come out from Team Matt here. They want this dub. They want those honks and that Red Bull.
Yeah, I mean, all of these early objectives are kind of just slipped away from the red team. Like, there's nothing they can do. I mean, Brad's trying to do the Psyops warfare to see if they can get, like, a bit of a slip-up from someone getting annoyed, but, you know, it's just not working.
Yeah, you got to think, the scaling options coming out, okay? We saw the Hecarim, early game, last game, okay, wasn't Norton 3, but coming out late game was just ridiculous. There is only one Ignite on the side of Photon, and we know for that Photon, Brad is going to save it for Matt. Like, 100%, it's not going to get used on anyone else but Matt. Feldy has a few fans in chat, but we're going to see, unfortunately, Feldy has got to respect this.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much Feldy can do. Maybe if he's lucky, he could ult over the wall, fear, and, you know, secure the Herald, but he's got no vision right now, so he'd just be blind guessing if he did. But the Ash Arrow does land.
Gonna get the Ian, maybe gets a smite.
Oh!
Yes, he does get his
stolen.
Matt is not gonna be happy with that, bearing in mind in the semi-final we did talk about his smite.
That being said, Fieldy is stuck, but yeah, just chooses ult over the wall to escape. Oh no.
That Ash Arrow coming in from the bot lane, Kobeing onto Matt straight away, set up so well. Brad is going to be laughing himself off that one, but Vexter looking to try and push this in. Bot lane is so close, just that one kill.
Yeah, there we go. Here comes the hooks that he hits on my team.
But it's going to be an AP Varus as well, by the looks of things. The Dark Seal coming out, Nash's Tooth is going to be the first item. Has that Cull, which obviously chose last time. Vexter just obviously likes that extra gold.
Yeah, I mean, having an extra gold can just be a huge amount, because if you think of it, these early lanes where they're not really fighting that much, not really trading that much either, it's just a lot of farming. You know, coming out of the lane with more gold and kill pressure can be sometimes better. Oh, it's Fieldy taking here.
Maybe dropping the Rift here. You've got 3 or 4 minutes.
Have Demolish. Yeah, Demolish into a Rift.
Just wanting to put more pressure through, and maybe wanting the Cho'Gath to get a little bit more chunkier. Because Cho'Gath late game could be absolutely disgusting, but I feel like Vexter just would delete them later on.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that might have been a bit of a...
Oh, coming through as well. Vexter is going to go down.
Cleanses, but the Milio ult. Matt comes down as well, smelling blood. Oh! But Vexter does pick up the kill in the end, so all the investments were worth it.
Both of them throw mastery signs. We knew that was going to come on, but flash both being used. There's a really good flash there by Matt actually to help sort of
close the distance. Yeah,
close the distance there on Brad's flash, but that actually started because Brad missed the Q, as you're going to see this here.
Oh, I know he is raging about it right now. He probably ran down bot lane just because of that, not even because it was a team fight.
Yeah, that Milio was big, but what you didn't see, and I saw the animation, was Brad missed the Q. I think he Q'd a minion.
Yeah.
And I feel like if he got the Q off actually on Vexter, Vexter could have died there just before Matt came in. But Drake now going to be secured.
I mean, we all know with elderly people, the reaction times start getting lesser and lesser as they get older. So, you know, I think it was just inevitable for Brad to start slipping up eventually.
I feel like next time we do this, we need a bingo card. And sort of like different things we say about our friends, you know, or our acquaintances, if you want to call them that. But gold has gone into Nev here on this Cho'Gath more so. 91 farm already, 99 on this Cass. This Cass is turning disgusting. Leandri's already completed. I think that was about 10, 11 minutes completed Leandri's, which is near enough pro play kind of style level.
Yeah, I mean, As you can see, the difference in farm plus those 3 extra kills as well as the mana stacks just put in a way more advantage situation compared to Wiggum.
This is where you're going to see the map control come out. This is something Brad doesn't like. Brad is very good trying to get map vision, map control. Matt is just trying to counteract that, making sure that this top lane is pretty good for Callum to try and farm back up. The heart still completed on this Cho'Gath as well, so definitely going tanky. Early execution is cool and coming out from Hecarim.
It's actually, yeah, I mean, obviously with that Warwick, it's going to be a lot of, how do I say, a lot of lifesteal, so they want to try to cut down the lifesteal with Grievous Wound, so it's actually not a bad play. Always Cleanse gets burst again, and I'm not sure if that Milio ult was needed if there's no follow-up.
No, but they just can't go as the cast is coming in. They're just going to respect it. Nearly in tower range there on Vexter, but unfortunately I see what Brad was trying to do. But
but they actually do get the kill in the end, but Hecarim comes here to clean up is the only issue. But Fury does get the kill. And Vexter win that 1v1.
The timing of that cast ult was huge there by Cinder. The Hecarim came in, and with the Cassio, if you're facing towards it, just like Medusa in Mythology, you will get stunned. So just facing it there for that split.
Oh, they want to go for kill pressure.
They're going to get the ult straight off, and Wiggum does get the shutdown straight through. Has to try and get this one down, but I think Hill is going to get out. So 4-1 gets that Nash's Stoof. The Cole now finished as well. 2 stacks on that Dark Seal still for Vexter. You know,
yeah, he's got his Nash's Stoof as well. Oh, but Matt's trying to shut this down as well. But with Brad hovering, I don't think it's going to happen. Does get caught with the cage. Fieldy's here as well. Yeah, Matt just chooses to ult out to avoid the fight.
Yeah, straight away. As we saw, Matt's very slippery in these kind of fights and the positions in that last game on the Hecarim, going away with 1 HP, 2 HP, or even just getting out of fights fully was pretty clever. So he knows how to get out of a situation like that. Not a bad thing. But the next big objective coming up will be this Rift. Now, with Cinder really strong in that mid lane, top lane just being what it is, 20 farm down on his Hecarim. Is this just giving it over, or is the Smite battle going to continue?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, last time we saw it, we thought the Herald was for sure going for mass, but Boy just lands a beautiful ult, so, you know, it could very much go flip. Like, Boy could pull out some magic yet again.
Could very much well be. And magic, I think, is something they're going to need, unfortunately, because, you know, they're going to need to pull something from the bag here. The goal difference isn't too bad, and
yeah, I guess considering that there's 7 ups and kills on the blue team, the goal difference actually isn't terrible, but I think they're going for, yeah, gang top lane, try to shut this Cho'Gath down, try to get the Callum ahead.
Yeah, Flash going to come through as well. The ult going to get used, and Cinder's just melting anyone that walks in the way. And this Rift Herald should be pretty much free on the side here. But we know, we said it, the Smite battle is going to come back out again.
Yeah.
They know it's only just used. A little bit more health on Shelly version 2.0. But the Observer's doing wonderful there with showing how much we have, and that second ward coming down. Matt's just going to maybe respect it as the bot lane.
Oh, the bot lane is fighting.
Straight away, but looks like Photon's going to go straight down as Boy has to respect this, and the power of the AP Varus. Unfortunately,
yeah, I mean,
he does get landed.
We always did say that, you know, Boy was the best ADC in these customs, but, you know, Vexus just came along and just slapped them around the place, so...
We're going to see this earlier fight, 13 minutes in. The flash coming out from Boy, and unfortunately the Q's going to land. Does get through with Wiggum with that Q and the ultimate.
Yeah,
flash coming out here.
Brick.
Yeah, flying rock, and yeah, you see Vexer just gets that stacks up. The passive comes up. This E literally one-shots, and it's the power of that, and it's just not being respected. Maybe Kraken Slayer finished on Boy. Nearly a second item finished on Vexter. Got the blasting wand here, but I wonder if we can get Observer's Q maybe in a little bit just on that Viger. I'll be able to see in that bottom left-hand corner just how many stacks this Q maybe has, as Drake is now up. Full Fog of War unopened, so you can see everyone. 102 stacks right now. It's a little bit behind, I would say, at 17 minutes.
Yeah, the thing is with Red Team is that they're very much a scaling comp. I mean, we got the Cho'Gath with Heartsteel, and we have the Veigar as well, which will infinitely scale so long as the game keeps getting prolonged. The question is, can Team Matt just close this game out before either of them get into a bit of a dangerous situation with scaling?
I would think they want to, because again, yeah, you say the Ashe can scale so well, and as long as they kite it back, but we saw how well Team Matt can really sort of team fight incredibly well just with 2 people. Now, Vexer is on that Varus, and if Varus does get deleted, especially we know that Vigors are very good into AP carries, right? They blow them up in 1.
Yeah, pretty much. It's this AP Viruses always has very good tank shredding abilities, so actually turned out to be a beautiful pick for this composition.
Very much so, as in it was a first pick as well, so the fact that it was booked into that, you know Brad's going to go, is the smite going to come through on that?
Oh.
Maybe. It does, yeah, Matt does win that smite fight.
Oh,
no respect there, I think, on Feldy, as Photon has to flash out of that as well. Doesn't have...
Yeah, I think Team Matt have finally realized how much stronger they are now in this type of situation, so they're just full sending it whenever they can.
Yeah, 13 and 2 is pretty much a whitewash here with both through.
But Wiggum solo dies.
Ooh, yeah, maybe a barrier, hourglass, stopwatch, something like that would have worked, but the ultimate coming through, not doing too much this Cass, who's pretty tanky already with the Riley second item finished. And the Ludens have only just been finished on here on Wiggum.
Yeah, and we see Shelly coming down now to get that tower down. Oh, but it actually gets destroyed, so it gets an extra charge off now for future reference.
Yeah, it does get a better charge off, maybe,
as long as the I don't think it's going to make it. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Matt's trying to go there in. Trying to go Shelly through, but it's just falling apart, unfortunately, now for Team Boy. Matt is, doing its business, but I think the early pressure coming out from that cast in that mid lane in the first 4 minutes really started to deteriorate their game away from that mid lane, and then Vexter's just now farming up and doing whatever. Milio seems to be a great pick with them.
Yeah, I think Milio is actually a good pick here, considering the amount of heavy CC they have. Oh, here comes another flying brick.
Yeah, the flying rock there does get eaten, though. Cho'Gath doing that true damage, but I don't think the respect is going to come through as the fear is going to come in. And Matt giving the kill over to the cast as well. 7-1 and 2, 6-1 and 2 on Vex on the Varus.
2-0 and 6 on the jungler as well. Like, it's just not looking good stat-wise. I mean, this game's running away from Red Team.
Yeah, it's really not at all, but we see these plays here, the flash into an ult, landing. Boy, try doing what they can, but look at the level difference as well. Level 10 for this bot lane compared to level 8, as we're going to see this again here. And then the last one you just saw, Callum does get eaten there by Neb. Gets that stack, but, Matt just giving the kill back over to the Cassiopeia.
Yeah, this game is just really steamrolling away. I'm guessing Red Team here definitely wants to contest Baron. Or at least set up for a position to the turret. With how big the snowball that this blue team has, like, they can take any objective for free unless some huge CC counter comes.
But where's that going to come from?
It's going to have to come from it's going to have to come from a mixture of the Ashe, the Nautilus, and the Veigar. Maybe, hopefully, with Fieldy's ult to start it off to get the ball rolling with a huge fear.
Yeah, and Cho'Gath could just be there. If the silence comes out for everything, maybe counteract that. But I think Callum's going to get down here. It is Fieldy does ulti away.
Brad does hit the hook finally.
Yeah, Brad does hit it. Going to throw that mastery out. Doing a bit of damage here, but it's taking a lot to try and kill. As Boy's now going to come through. Hopefully pick the kill up on Boy.
Hit the kill Boy to try funnel some gold into him to get him ahead.
Yeah, definitely it needs something. But look at where they are in the mid lane. Nearly losing this tower here, but the prehistoric dinosaur is there. Yeah, this, again, like you said, it's the AP Varus. Something that we've heard a lot in League One. As we not naming anyone.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard it a lot, we just haven't seen it until now.
The shirt and tie is on, but the gloves are definitely on at the same time, as Boy is going to just clean up this mid lane. Nothing really on. The Baron's not being picked. They're just waiting for this next Drake, which is up in a minute's time. That's why the bot lane is pushing through. They kind of need to push this mid lane back out as well, and Hecarim is just coming through. But, Feldy trying to get this as the game sound has just disappeared.
But he does actually end up getting the kill in the end, so Boy's Cleanse obviously saves him from getting killed anyway in that picking.
And then same again.
Yeah, we're starting to notice Red Team's grouping up for a lot more of 3 to 4v1s to just guarantee that kill, even if it means losing pressure in other lanes.
And we saw this in the semi-final with FairyDongers. They done well with that against Team Matt, and Team Matt then came back later game with the extra gold, extra funneling through. So yeah, it's definitely something as they're looking to set up for this Drake, but something big's got to come out here from Team Photon Boy.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to just need a bit of a miracle right now. Ooh, big team fight going on here, but Fieldy's ult comes in. This is just a mess right now.
Yeah, absolute mess. It started out with that Varus ult as well, but they are getting some trade back here. But Vexter, the carries are still open. Viger is open on this side. Doesn't have his ultimate available. Vexter's just going to clean up on Boy. Boy does dodge the Q. And you're going to see them come through. 2v2
right now, actually. Not a terrible position. But their jungler is still up on the blue side, so they now actually have prior for these objectives.
Yeah,
having
Drake
that
is still
advantage
up.
is insane.
Well, unless you're Matt, right?
Well, I don't know. You know, before I would have knocked him, but he actually did manage to hit some of these smites earlier, so, you know, maybe he's taking it seriously for once.
Top
really
tower,
wants that create a Red Bull.
Yeah, top tower has fallen as well, just on the side of Team Red, so Photon there, but minions doing the work of God for them. Matt just wants more. You know, Matt now can go into these pressure situations and not have to worry because they are so much stronger. But is the respect going to come through? Vexter's still here though, so Vexter could do a lot of work, but not real much. Boy is going to land the stun.
Hit in the end, but I think they might have managed to get out.
Yeah, the Milo disengaged there, just not helping Boy at all, trying to land the W's. Unfortunately, the Cho'Gath's not going to land anything as well, and you're going to see the Malphite just go towards that top lane. Potentially a TP coming out here in a second, but this fight here started off that Varus ult coming in. Feldy tried going through, but being so far behind, unfortunately, I just don't think managed to do as much damage with the Q stacks. Vigar does count him down. The Cassiopeia does get eaten away by Nev, but Nev goes down just from a bit of a burn, but Boy dodging that as well. So
beautiful dodge.
It's the fact that the Hecarim couldn't get to that back line. It couldn't get to those likes of the Vexter.
Yet again, Callum's getting picked off solo by himself, but he goes up just to ult down, just escape. Obviously, we know the Malphite out's really low CDR, so he'll have it off for the time this next team fight.
But look where the rest of the team are.
They start rushing for this. Yeah, this could be a different story now.
Yeah, they've got to respect this, but obviously trying to get in with Boy's W is going to be quite hard. Those slows, Brad can just crane himself out with the anchor as well, but Matt's maybe going to try and catch out. That is one Varus E, I think, just got Neb down to that health. That's... Oh, flash having to be used there. A little bit of a weird animation coming through.
I think Matt tried to BM it and he realized he was in danger for his life.
But now they've made him disengage, I think this Baron's going to be just an easy pickup.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much pressure they can put down besides collapsing on them here, but even then, they've already wasted... They don't have Boy's ult, Brad's ult is down as well. The only thing they can hope for is maybe teamfight initiation with Fieldy's ult.
Yeah, they do have the ult, and I think it's going to go through now. Doesn't get it, but Ret Matt does get that smite. Deletes the enemy jungler there, and I think this is just going to be a rundown here. Callum does have the ult back up in about 10 seconds. Flashes through, Q coming out as well. The E's going to land there from the Vigar, which means to disengage, but the ultimate is going to be used there from the Varus. Does get the Q down. The ult now coming out from Malphite as well. Stun down from Photon's going to come in.
Callum's going huge here.
Is just running. Yeah, Callum is running it in. The Milo out now coming out, just healing everyone up. Wonderful little jiggle around with the tower there with Cassiopeia just trying to take the tower shot, so that means their team can keep walking forward. But no minion wave to help and catch anything else up, so I think they're just going to respect it and back away.
Yeah, I mean, they have no choice other than, I mean, they've got their ace, you know, they've got their gold, and they have resets as well that they want to cash in right now. Oh, look at this, he doesn't get outsmited, it's beautiful.
Yeah, the Vigar cage there from Wiggum, I think, just on the river, just trying to protect themselves, yet they're the one coming in. Maybe the Vigar cage randomly plonked in the middle may have helped them get that smite fight a little bit better. That one there, perfect, as Callum goes through. But Callum, I think, flash ults here, or just ults through. Yeah, just ults.
Yeah, you just
lands on that team. Lovely engage. Unfortunately, Brad can't sit there and help with the disengage because he just gets Cassiopeia ulted, and you see, like, Cass is trying to hit their tower shots, so that means no one else got it. Yeah, lovely bit of team play there. 22-7 now.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
is
this
becoming a bit
game's
of a whitewash.
just this game's just kind of snowballed away. I think it's more of a one big more group fight now to just end it and send it on.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of moments now.
I mean,
Baron
they've
play
got
coming in.
I mean, look at this. They've got Soul, they've got Baron. This is just it's over now at this point, I believe.
Yeah, it's kind of how can we bring this back? I'm not going to see a surrender. Normally, if this is customs, we'll be like, yeah, cool, sweet, let's play next.
FF 10 minutes. Let's go.
But we don't want to see that. Obviously, the guys are really trying to play this out. They are really trying to win those honks and Red Bull. And bragging rights, quite frankly. You know, any top play that if Brad gets on someone, that's it. He's still going to be talking about it, even if he loses.
Yeah, but I think from the way it's going to be looking, I think it's going to be Matt that's going to be insufferable for next week. So all we can do now is just bide our time before we hop into a VC with him again.
You're going to go back to Valorant?
Oh, not a chance.
As you're going to see him just try and take this top lane with this Baron, double cannon minion as well. They just take this tower down in seconds. You're going to see the mid push as well come through. This top lane may have had a little engage. Nope, just going to respect it come out.
Yeah, I mean, top lane's kind of realised that even if they do just come out to a top fight, mid lane's just open then. Oh. Just, yeah, let's look at that AP Varus damage. It's just melting, ignoring armor.
Yeah, it just doesn't. Unfortunately, the Naught now can't do Naught things and getting engaged, but I'm not sure if we're going to see an ult coming in here. I think they're just going to respect it. Tower defense game, I said at the start of stream, this is literally turning into a base defense now.
I mean, this is really just turning into a game of Towns right now, you know? Just setting up your little turret defenses.
Gonna let that one settle for a little bit as you get that one in, but
had to get that one in. Had to get that one in.
You had to, and
always all lands, but just no follow-up.
And I don't think they can, you know, you're going in, and it's literally a Cass and a Varus, and at that point, normally, when you've got the 5-man against those two, you're like, yeah, we win these all day, but Matt's looming there, and obviously if anyone goes down low, the speed of that Ashe, unfortunately, are we potentially a Blade of the Rune King coming out from Ashe here?
Blue team just wants to, they just want to secure Elder.
I think it's Elder and win.
Yeah, I mean, red team can't contest this at all. Yeah, this is just wraps now at this point.
Yeah, Callum coming down just for the family photo, really.
Yeah, he just wants to be part of the group, you know?
Just want to be part of it. Guys, wait for me. But gonna now move up into this bot lane. I think this is where they just kind of end through here.
Yeah.
They get a good team fight in. The Milio ult is up. All the ult on the side of Team Matt are up. And the boys ult is a backup in about 5 seconds time. So the Ashe stun is big, but it just singles one target. That's the issue.
Yeah, but I guess the idea is with the singling of one target, hopefully maybe hitting Vexta or just anyone at this point. Everyone's a bit of a threat that they can hopefully just... Oh! Yeah, this is it.
Big Malphite ult there into a Varus ult, just locking everyone down. Nev's going to go through as well. Elder Dragon's going to do so much work there as well. Vexta gets 2. Triple kill. Oh, baby, a triple for Vexta.
And this is just game over now at this point. I mean, Vexta's actually just been a complete unsung hero of this entire thing.
Just doing so much damage and so much work. Obviously, the early gameplay with the Cassiopeia really helped that bot lane kind of pressure because it was everywhere across the map. Wiggum's just going to try and set a smile, and the ace come through. The Veigar gets deleted, and GG to Team Matt as they really dominated from an early start.
That was just a stomp. I actually don't even know if there's much to commentate on there.
That was just... Yeah, like you said, it was just a bit of a stomp, but not in so much so that there was constant action of fighting. It was just some miscommunication plays early on, got Cassiopeia ahead in that mid lane. Obviously, last time we saw Syndra, play the Lux and play a bit more of a supportive mid. That one was just aggression and just straight out control. The bot lane fight that we said we're going to see, we did kind of see, but unfortunately, I think the Ashe... We didn't really see Boy come through too much. We saw a bit of Tuffle, but, you know, it was just a little bit of a tough one. But, you know, GG's to Matt.
Yeah, GG's. There's really not much else to be said.
No. And we're just going to go through to the highlights at the end as you see the stream out. It's been a pleasure, Connor. It's been an absolute pleasure. For the first TGH Skirmish on a Tuesday. Tuesday is now famous for 2 things. One is pizza, as everyone knows. And secondly, is going to be famous for the TGH Lloyd. Skirmish. I'm going to say Lloyd Skirmishes. It's Lloyd's Customs, right? So it's Lloyd Skirmishes. Is that how we're going to name it?
Yeah, I mean, I think you might as well at this point. I think he deserves it. He put a lot of work in for this one, so I think let him have the credit for this.
100% Lloyd, very well done today. I know the pressure and the stress you may have had a little bit, making sure the teams are perfectly balanced, but we saw some great games early on, and we saw some great games in the semis and the finals. Are we doing the next one, or should we cast the next one? I think Brad needs to retire now, right?
Yeah, I think this is the time now for Brad just to put up the code and just put the Nautilus away. It's just really not working for him, is it? But you know, but like at this point, you could just use casting as a little bit of a retirement home, you know?
Perfect. There we go. That's what I do.
Perfect ending.
That's what I do. So next week, if we do this, you'll see it, and we're gonna come through as I hear Prod wanting to end as well, and so do I. But thank you so much. Thank you so much, TGH, for this, and thank you so much, Prod. We're here the highlights, and we'll see you again soon.
GG's.
town needs rain and fire.